While eating a simple roasted corn cob, Richard suddenly got a powerful business idea. His son was eating the corn with spicy chili on it, his mouth burning, saying, "Oof, oof." But still he said, "I love this spicy taste." That's when Richard realized the people in his community absolutely love spicy food. And right there, Richard decided he would create spicy chips and become a millionaire. He came home with packets of chips. His wife looked a bit worried. How will we pay rent and cover expenses this month? Everything was on the line. But instead of giving up, she decided to support him one more time. Together, they started buying different chilies and tasting them. But the sauces they made at first were just painful to eat, too fiery, and they couldn't capture the flavor of that roasted corn. Even the company's RD team was working on a sauce, but Richard believed the real flavor would come from local peppers and traditional methods. He built rolling drums like those used in factories, experimented with mixing chili and chip, and finally created the perfect blend. Then, bad news hit. Layoffs had started in the factory. No one was interested in Richard's ideas. A supervisor even mocked him. "You're just a janitor. Stop dreaming." But Richard didn't back down. He boldly called the company's CEO directly, who was in Italy at that time. Richard introduced himself as a cleaning technician and somehow got through to the CEO. Richard and his wife prepared a sample and nervously sent it. A few days later, the CEO came to the factory in person. The officers were shocked. Why is the CEO here himself? When they found out Richard had called him directly, he got scolded in front of everyone. If the CEO didn't like your idea, the whole factory could have been shut down. Richard's confidence took a hit. When he told his wife what happened, she stood him in front of a mirror and said, "I've walked half my life with you because I believe in your ability. Never underestimate yourself." Then she taught him business basics, helped him write a pitch, and showed him how to present in front of the CEO. When the CEO arrived, Richard decided to speak from the heart. When someone asked, what's the market share? He didn't know the exact number, but he explained it in his own way. The CEO appreciated his honesty, passion, and clarity. He immediately agreed to invest in the product. Spicy and hot chips went into production, but at first no one was buying them. The stock just sat on the shelves collecting dust. Richard felt disappointed. Then his son said, "People don't even know what this is. We have to promote it ourselves." Richard called his old friends, the same ones who once sold shampoo to bald men. Together they handed out chips in streets, schools, and shops, created fake crowds by acting as customers themselves. Soon, demand for spicy and hot chips skyrocketed. The CEO called Richard. "Our new target is 5 million boxes." The factory started running at full speed, and within 6 months broke all previous records. Richard's mentor asked him, "What have you become now?" Richard smiled and said, "I'm still a cleaner, just not fixing machines anymore. I'm building dreams." One day, when he went to clean an office, the CEO was already waiting for him. The CEO said, "I come from a humble family too. If I had limited my dream, I would have never reached here. The world needs dreamers, and supporting them is even more important." Then the CEO appointed Richard as the company's marketing director. The entire factory erupted in applause, and the first person Richard called was his wife.